What's up, guys? All right, if you've never prepped your ribeyes before, give it a try. I like to do a little salt, pepper, garlic, which is my go-to on a lot of stuff, but not every time. And honey teriyaki. It's same way I marinate quite a lot of my meats when I do that. Sometimes I don't use any marinade. Sometimes I don't use any seasoning. Sometimes I use both. Today we're using both. All right, so this is very easy. It's quick. I'm not going to Ziploc these today. I'm going to use just a Tupperware type deal. Cut these bad boys open. Wrap her off of them here. Got some decent looking steaks. Marbling is not too crazy, but it looks like they'll cook up pretty good. I'm going to season everything right here in the Tupperware. Just kind of turn them where they fit the best. It's Valentine's Day, and my wife likes steak, so we are cooking some steaks and some shrimp on the egg. Some guys like to just throw their meat straight on the grill, get it up super hot, sear it, cook it super fast. I don't cook steak that way. I have, and sometimes I will if we're in a hurry. I don't like to be in a hurry to cook. I was taught many years ago, a good friend of mine, cook low and slow. Low and slow, that's the tempo, all right? All right, so low and slow, let's it have time to cook, break down the meat, get the smoke in there a little bit. And then you get them off. Don't cut straight into them. Let them sit 5 minutes if you can, at least, depending on how big your piece of meat is. If you don't, all your juices are going to run straight out of your meat when you cut into it. You want those juices to stay in there. If you let it wait for about 5 minutes on these steaks, you can keep them covered up. You don't have to just sit them out in the cold and they'll be ice cold. But you don't want them to cool down too fast, or you don't want to cut them open too fast, because a lot of your flavor is just going to run right out. Unless you cook it to death, like a lot of people like their steaks well done. And then you cook all the flavor out anyway, and all the juice. So this is, I cook my steaks very much like I cook my barbecue, slow and low. Usually keep it around 250 on the egg, 275, 300 max. Usually don't cook anything over 300 on the egg because it's such a small area. I don't know, I just feel like it's actually hotter than the thermometer says sometimes. I don't have a fancy meat thermometer that goes in the meat and blows on the fire and all that. I do it the traditional way. I learned my egg from cooking on it for many, many years. And so I know what it does, at what temperatures. I know how to adjust the air vents, the bottom and the top. Know where they need to be just about every time. You will, if you're new to the big green egg or any kind of barbecue and grilling, you just have to take time. I don't cook on gas ever, unless it's like a pot of beans or something on an eye. I do like a gas range in the house. This house doesn't have it. Our last did. We missed that. This house is all electric. We're out in the country. They didn't have a gas line out here, so we'd have to run on propane. And this house just wasn't plumb for it, and I don't feel I need to waste the money to do that. I'm going to do an outside kitchen with propane eventually here. But anyway, getting back to the steaks, I'm going to put them on about 250, 275. somewhere right around there, and they'll probably cook for an hour. Of course, I'll check the temperature and make sure they don't get overdone. It cooks a lot slower. Yeah, you can cook them in 5 minutes, 10 minutes on a grill, super hot, restaurant style. You can stick it in a smoking hot skillet and with some butter and crap, and burn the hell out of it on both sides if you like, whatever. It's just not how I like it, and I promise if you try it this way, you're gonna like it. All right, so we are going to start off with a little seasoning. We're gonna hit the whole thing with some garlic. All right. Some of this is going to fall off, so I have to throw a little extra garlic on. I don't use too much salt. I don't like to over salt stuff. I have made that mistake several times about putting too much salt on things, following some other guy's recipes, and wish I didn't do it when I have done it. Alright, just going to flip them over. These are going to sit all afternoon. It's about 12:37. It's exactly 12:37. I'll put these on probably about 6. My wife will be getting home from work about 7. So we should be eating by about 7:30. We've got some shrimp to go with it. I don't know how I'm going to do my shrimp yet. We're going to figure that out here in a minute, maybe in another video, and I'll show you how I'm going to prep the shrimp, throw them on there. You'll have to check out the shrimp video next and see how I decided to do that. I wash my hands a lot. It's just out of habit. It's a good habit, I think. All right, same on the other side. Alright, just kind of pat them down. These aren't going in a Ziploc, but I am going to pour some honey teriyaki over them and some regular teriyaki to kind of thin it. I haven't used this recipe in a while, but I have in the past. Would take them in a Ziploc and take either Dale sauce. This is how we did it when we were young. We'd go camping. I put steaks in a bag full of Dr. Pepper and Dale sauce, and it's pretty good. And people sometimes, I have one guy, a friend of ours, that just totally freaked out on me when I did that at the campground, and was just pissed. He thought I ruined his steak. And when he ate his steak, when we got him off the grill, he wasn't pissed anymore. Let me tell you that. So try that. It's an old one. It's a good one. I have let this bottle. It's about down to there. What I typically do when I do that, since this stuff runs pretty thick, I'll take some regular teriyaki and pour it in the bottle, shake it up, and just thin it out in the bottle. I get it up to about the neck. It's a little thinner, it penetrates the meat better. I do have an injector. I could inject them. You can poke them with a fork if you're in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. I got 6 hours, basically 5 hours, 5.5 hours for these to marinate. That should be plenty of time. Sometimes I'll marinate them overnight. Sometimes I'll marinate them for 2 or 3 days. Just depends on what I've got going on. sometimes we'll get them marinated and think we're going to eat, and plans change when you got kids, and you just don't have time. You end up having to go out to eat. With this honey teriyaki, if you were to cook it at like 500, like a lot of guys sear them, you know, you would probably get some burning because of the honey that's in it. So if you cook it slow, it won't burn up. So I will just, that's it. I use basically the whole bottle. That's 4 ribeyes. It's a little proud up here and a little shallow in the corner right here, so I'm just going to even that up a little bit. Again, that's my KC, it's not mine, it's what I bought though, I guess it's mine. It's KC Masterpiece Honey Teriyaki Marinade. It's a 30-minute marinade, they say. I always do it way longer than that. I like a lot of the flavoring from it, and just the standard teriyaki. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name on that, embarrass myself too bad. I'll grab the camera off here and give you all a shot what it looks like in there. So that's it. Honey teriyaki ribeyes. That is going to be good, let me tell you. All right, hopefully the wife will like that on this Thanksgiving. I mean, shit. Hopefully the wife will like that on this Valentine's Day. It's not Thanksgiving. I just said Thanksgiving. Hopefully she'll be impressed with that and you know, enjoy her dinner. I'm probably going to cut all this out because I'm babbling. It sounds ridiculous. All right, that's it. And I will try to make another video of me cooking these. It's a little more difficult for me to do that sometimes because the kids are all here. My daughter's got a friend coming home. I got 2 boys running crazy all the time. So it's a little more difficult for me to do videos when they're here. I will attempt it and see. I just, a lot of running around outside. I'm always scared that somebody's going to knock my tripod over, but we'll give it a shot, see what happens. All right, we're going to let these marinate for about 5 hours, and we're going to seal them up, put them back in the fridge, and firing that grill up, firing that egg up about 5 o'clock. Need to go on about 6, and should be done by 7. Shrimp take about 5 minutes, and we'll be good.